Ever feel like maintaining your motorcycle requires a PhD in mechanical sorcery? You're not alone. Between overpriced lubes, mystery leaks, and bolts with separation anxiety, it's no wonder half of us just ride and pray. But what if I told you there are simple, no-nonsense hacks that could save you time, money, and even your dignity in front of your riding buddies? Yep, it's time to outsmart your toolbox. Stick around as we count down 12 motorcycle maintenance hacks every 2025 rider needs to know. No wizardry required. 12. Use a paint pen for maintenance dates. Let's be honest, trying to remember when you last changed your oil is like trying to remember the name of your 5th grade math teacher. It's just gone. That's why a simple silver or white paint pen can be your maintenance MVP. Write the date of your last oil change, chain clean, brake pad swap, whatever, on the inside of your side panel, under your seat, or even inside the fairing. Somewhere discreet but easy to check. It's like giving your bike a diary that never forgets and never judges. You'll thank yourself 3 months later when you're staring at your bike thinking, did I change that or just dream I did? Bonus, it's faster and more reliable than scrolling through old text or hoping your mechanic remembers. Sharpie? Nah, paint pen. Pro move. Enjoying the ride so far? Hit that subscribe button and drop a comment with your go-to maintenance trick. We might feature it next time. 11. Use your phone camera to record cable routing before disassembly. Thinking of swapping your handlebars, rerouting wires, or replacing a throttle tube? Great idea, until it's time to reassemble everything and suddenly your cables look like spaghetti thrown by a toddler. Here's a pro-level hack. Take clear photos with your phone before touching a single bolt. Get a few angles of how cables and wires are routed, especially around the triple tree, switchgear, and frame. Your brain will swear it remembers, but trust me, it doesn't. Your phone, though? It's got a photographic memory. When you're reassembling later and wondering why your clutch cable looks like it's doing yoga, just check the photos. You'll save time, sanity, and avoid that awkward moment when your throttle suddenly works in reverse. Snap now, wrench later. 10. Skip the overpriced chain lubes. Let's kick things off with a money saver that your mechanic probably won't tell you. Those expensive branded chain lubes? Mostly marketing fluff in a fancy can. Sure, they smell great and promise race-grade performance, but unless you're gunning for MotoGP, you don't need them. Instead, reach for gear oil or synthetic motor oil. Both provide excellent lubrication for your chain and at a fraction of the cost. Apply with a small brush or squeeze bottle, and you're all set. Just make sure to avoid WD-40. Despite its loyal fan base, it's a degreaser, not a lubricant. Using it on your chain is like showering with dish soap. It technically works, but it'll strip away everything good. Save your cash, protect your chain, and keep your bike humming without buying into the hype. 9. Brake fluid doesn't need annual replacement. Let's clear the air on one of the most overhyped bits of maintenance advice: changing your brake fluid every single year. Unless you're racing through rain, mud, and volcanoes on the daily, it's totally unnecessary. For most casual and even regular riders, every 2 to 3 years is just fine. The real trick? Watch the color. If your fluid is clear to light amber, you're good to go. But if it's looking dark brown or sludgy, it's time for a flush. Think of brake fluid like milk, not fine wine. It definitely doesn't improve with age. And if it smells burnt, yeah, you're way overdue. Save your wallet and your sanity. Ditch the yearly ritual and keep an eye on the reservoir like a responsible rebel. 8. A toothbrush can save your chain. You don't need a high-tech gadget or a $40 chain scrubber endorsed by some racer you've never heard of. All you need is an old toothbrush and a bit of kerosene. Seriously, your chain's biggest enemy is the gritty mix of dust, grime, and road debris that acts like sandpaper on every link. Giving it a good scrub every few hundred miles keeps things smooth, reduces wear, and adds thousands of extra miles to your chain's life. Apply the kerosene, give it a solid brushing, and wipe it clean before relubing. Simple, cheap, and effective. Plus, if anyone asks what you're doing crouched next to your rear wheel, just say you're giving your bike a dental checkup, because even motorcycles deserve good oral hygiene, right? 7. Motorcycle batteries don't die every 2 years. Let's bust a myth. The idea that motorcycle batteries have a 2-year expiration date is pure battery slander. With proper care, your battery can easily last 5 years or more. The key? A humble little device called a battery tender. Plug it in when your bike is parked for extended periods, especially during winter hibernation, and it'll keep your battery topped up and ready to roar when the season returns. No more pushing your bike around the garage, sweating in your helmet, wondering why it won't start. Deep discharges are the silent killers of battery life, and a tender prevents that drama completely. So, ditch the myth. Get a tender, and give your battery the long, productive life it deserves. Lazy batteries are just neglected ones. 6. Most fork seal leaks aren't real leaks. Seeing oil on your fork legs can feel like your bike just cried on you. But don't panic. Most of the time, It's not a blown seal, just some gritty dirt lodged under the lip. Instead of rushing into a pricey fork rebuild, try this. Grab a seal mate or cut a strip from an old plastic bottle and gently clean around the seal. Often, that's all it takes to stop the leak entirely. It's like using floss on your suspension, pulling out the gunk and saving the structure. This trick takes less than 10 minutes and can save you hundreds in unnecessary repairs. So before you call your mechanic in a panic, give your forks a quick DIY cleaning. Your wallet and your dignity will thank you. Found a hack you didn't know? Smash that like button and let us know in the comments what tips saved your skin on the road. 5. Don't over-tighten your oil drain plug. Repeat after me. I will not Hulk smash my oil drain plug. Seriously, this is one of the easiest ways to turn a simple oil change into an expensive disaster. Over-tightening can strip the threads or even crack the oil pan, leaving you with a slow drip and a fast repair bill. Instead, tighten it by hand first, then gently snug it up with a torque wrench if you've got one. No need to channel your inner gorilla. This isn't a bolt holding a jet engine together. Snug is safe, cracked is catastrophic, and trust me, finding out you've wrecked your pan after dumping in fresh oil is a level of regret that tastes worse than burned clutch plates. Be gentle, it's just a drain plug, not a test of strength. 4. Anti-seize grease prevents expensive bolt failures. Bolts may look tough, but they've got trust issues, especially with heat, moisture, and time. Ever tried removing one and ended up snapping it in half? Welcome to Sad Town. Population, you and your seize fastener. The fix? Anti-seize grease. This magical goop forms a barrier that prevents bolts from welding themselves into place. Apply a little to exhaust studs, brake caliper bolts, or any bolt exposed to heat or the elements. It takes seconds to apply, but saves hours of frustration and potential costly repairs later. Plus, future you will thank past you when everything breaks loose with a gentle twist instead of a crowbar and a prayer. Trust the grease. It's like therapy for bolts. 3. Coolant flushes are easier than they say. Hearing coolant flush might make you think you need a pit crew and a hydraulic lift, but trust me, it's way easier than it sounds. Here's the process. Drain the coolant, flush the system with distilled water, refill with fresh coolant, and run the engine to burp out any air. That's it, no sorcery required. And unless you ride through lava fields, you only need to do this every 2 years, not every 6 months like that one guy on your forum insists. The whole job takes less than an hour and keeps your engine from turning into a boiled potato on a summer ride. Coolant maintenance doesn't have to be complicated. It just has to be done smart. 2. Check your wheel bearings regularly. This might be the simplest hack on the list, but it could literally save your life. Your wheel bearings handle a ton of stress, and when they go bad, they don't always scream, they whisper. Every few rides, give your wheels a spin and wiggle them side to side. Hear grinding, feel clicking, or notice looseness? That's your cue. A worn bearing caught early is a quick, cheap fix. Ignore it, and you could end up with a locked wheel at highway speeds. And no one wants to find out how good their crash gear really is. So check your bearings. It takes less than a minute, and it might be the smartest maintenance move you make all season. 1. Zip tie your cables like a pro. Loose clutch or brake cables flopping around aren't just ugly, they're an accident waiting to happen. A pinched cable can mean sketchy performance. A stuck throttle? That's a full-blown oh no moment. The fix? Zip ties. They're cheap, strong, and a cable routing hero. Use them to neatly secure your cables along the frame, especially around the handlebars, triple tree, and headlight area. Make sure there's enough slack for steering, but no spaghetti mess dangling. For bonus style points, color match the ties to your bike. It'll look clean, pro, and purposeful. Tidy cables don't just show love to your bike, they make your ride safer and your life easier. Plus, every zip tie is a tiny win for order over chaos. And there you have it, 12 simple motorcycle maintenance hacks every rider should know in 2025. Easy, practical, and way cheaper than a surprise trip to the shop. If you found a tip you didn't know before, give that like button a little throttle twist. Subscribe for more no-nonsense moto content, and drop your favorite hack in the comments. Until next time, ride smart, wrench easy, and keep the rubber side down.